Is Team Hard Life Captain Albert Sartucci, and I am here at my spooling station, about to go on a little adventure. We've got a customer that wants 100-pound monofilament on top, but we couldn't get our hands on 100 pounds, so we got 80-pound, which was the closest thing that we could do. And where is it? The line, the one I just bought. You did. You had all 3 bags. Oh, come on, bro. Wow, that's cool though. At least they have the big um, hole in the spool. That's nice, but the only bad thing is it's got no way to lock it in. So let's see. I'm going to get on the channel real quick too, because I am. Hopefully, it wasn't too late. Today just did not go well with everything that I got going on here at the shop. And I don't mean it in a bad way, just so much that needs to be done and very little time to do it. So, yeah. All right. But that's cool. They actually got that updated. I'm wondering if it fits on there. That's awesome. Now, though, wondering if I can make a mark in there. Will that get into the line, though? Yes, it will. Dang it. Well, the good thing is I don't need a whole lot of pressure for the monofilament to go onto the rail, because it's not going to be, how should I say, it's not going to be the center of the spool. It's going to be the last thing that goes on there. But I need to put the padding that I have here for the my makeshift brake. Let's see, put that there. This and this, and actually, where is? I gotta find the spot for that picture. It's a really good picture, but there's the L bar. And we're going to be spooling up an HXW Raptor MC. So it's at a 2-speed right there. This one is actually KTM won this reel, or won a fire drawing, but with a spot that was donated to him. Believe Toby was the one who bought the spot for him with one of his many paid it forward ticket deals on our fire drawing. So KTM called up here, and actually it took a little bit longer than planned, and that was on me, because when I was doing all the fire drawings, I had it in my memory bank. I don't know why I did, but I had it in my memory bank that KTM had actually won 2 of them back to back, and I didn't want to, cheat him out of not getting all of his winnings. So we had to backtrack a little bit, because I could not find the original paperwork where I had wrote his winnings down. So that got delayed. But again, too, I'm like that. I want to make sure that everybody gets what is owed to them and stuff like that. So, but we finally discovered it was only the 1 win. And I'm looking for my pliers, and I cannot find them up here. We're checking it out. Where's my pliers? I saw them here earlier too, because I was working up here. But I'm trying to, and I may have missed the opportunity. Rachel Caballero is going to come on and share some more information. So, hold on real quick, guys. Let me see if I can find something real quick. Okay. Yes. All right. All right. So I see Chris Schultz on there. Ethan, well, you can send your reel in or bring it in person, and we can get that set up for sure. Um, let's see. Go, let me go down a little bit more. But I was seeing something today on Facebook that at the city council meeting, several people got removed from the council or from the meeting because um, they were breaking decorum or whatever they were saying. But I can see why they were doing that. Even some of the city council members could see it. Why that people are getting frustrated. The council members are not holding up to the right thing to do for the city and stuff, and people are starting to speak out, and it's catching up. It really is. So, um, line capacity. Tommy Guns. This is actually a Raptor Plus. Um, and yes, we have spooled them, and no, there is no line capacity difference between the Plus and the regular Raptors. And to be honest, there is no line difference between any of them, between the G1, G2, or the Raptor series, Classic, or the new Plus. They're all the same spool sizes. And even between the single speed and the two speed, there is no size difference in the spool. Um, they looked different, but once at the end of the day, when we spooled them up, we saw that there was no line capacity difference. So, yes, this is KTM's reel right here, and trying to get it spooled up so we can get the. Hold on. I put it on the wrong way. Yeah. I don't want to put tape on here because all I'm trying to do is get it on the spool so I can start doing the line capacity. So he wants 100 yards of mono on here. Um, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to do that. And then we're going to tie on the braid. If it can come off of there. Man, this mono is being a real pain in the butt. Like, it's really hard to work with. But we'll see. Hold on. I'll get it on here. Let's see. J90, how you doing? That is very true. Let's see. Hold on. My screen was very dark because I was, I don't know why it's doing that, but it's really annoying the hell out of me. Saying that I have to fix the orientation of the camera angle, but it's there now. So, yeah, I've got a few of them, but again, too, it's also the same way, trying to keep track of all the other bills and stuff like that, too, is something else. Reels definitely aren't cheap, but at the end of the day, I prefer to pay what I pay for them because it's going to ensure that I got something that I can depend on for a very, very long time. So, as soon as I let it go, because this is not giving me the strength I'm looking for. Come on. There we go. Finally was able to get that done. But like I said again, too, all I'm doing is just doing this for line capacity. I'm going to be hooking it up to the braid here in a little bit for the customer. And then we're going to stop it where he wants it spooled up at for line capacity. And this is the only true way to do it because different monos have different thicknesses. And, you know, right now we are pretty much going with whatever we can get in stock. Just because mono's not been our strong suit for quite some time. We've been pulling so much braid that we lost all the great contacts we used to have for mono, and now because we want to get those great contacts again, we got to order like $10,000 worth of mono, and I'm telling them they're crazy. So, all right, there is 100 yards of mono right there, and it looks like the reel is almost completely filled right there, but it is, but it's not. Um, Once we start putting the braid on there, we'll be able to get several hundred yards of line on there. Um, so it's Raptor Silver SX Raptor. Let me check to see if we got one in stock. Oh, no, I don't see it. Blue HXJ. No, I don't have a Blue HXJ. Angel, if you'll do me a favor and call the shop and give Jeff your info real quick, let him know that we need to check on that for us, please. That would be awesome because a lot of reels came in, and I honestly have not even had a chance to sit down with the books and find out where all these reels are going to. And also KTM, I've got 80-pound in blue, 80-pound in pink. Or you wanted 100-pound. Sorry, you wanted 100-pound. See what I got. I got pink. Let's see. And chartreuse. Those are the two colors. Mm. Mm. Well, the only reason why it was hard is because I didn't tie a knot. I'm spooling it just so I can get line capacity so I can put the braid on there. KTM, I have 100-pound in pink and I have 100-pound in chartreuse. And those are with the tight line braid so you could get good line capacity. I've got other colors in the Cortland, but you're only going to get a couple hundred yards with that. And I think you'd like the pink. Sweet. I will do that. Roger that. So, all right. So we'll get this off of here. Um, yeah, that pink looks sick on this silver for sure. Roger that. Got that. And let's see. Now, yesterday I actually went to one of my brother's houses um, to go talk to them, and come to find out that it had no idea of what was going on with the water treatment plants or anything like that, and they're frustrated because they're trying to maintain their house and they can't maintain their house, which is pretty annoying right there. Um, so what I'm going to go ahead and do with this reel or this line, I'm going to go ahead and put a um, loop in on here. I'm going to splice the braid back in on itself, and then I'm going to tie a bimini or a worm knot to that. Basically, I'm doing a bimini to a worm, but since I'm hollow core splicing it back in on itself, it's almost replicating the same thing, except there will only be one knot rather than two knots. The pink line is tight line hollow core braid. I do have to say though, it has been a roller coaster with tightline braid this last month or so. Actually, probably 2 months now. Um, I know I have a pending open invoice with them, and I've been trying to get that sorted, but they're not responding to a lot of text messaging. And I know he's super, super, super busy over there. But again, too, you know, we're really running out of a lot of his lines, and if he don't respond in time, then I'm gonna have to start ordering more of the Cortland, which I'm okay with that because I will still have an awesome braid to give to my or to sell to my customers. It's just I will be limited on the coloring or the colors that I'll be able to sell to my customers. So that's going to be the only drawback. So mm, the gold and black spinning reel. No, it's not. That's actually one of our subscribers here that sent it in to us so we can use it to do spooling videos. And let me get this over here. Let me get that. So what I'm going to do is tie my worm knot here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Go back in through the hole I made, and let's cinch it down. And yes, I did put some moisture on it. There you go. That's what the knot looks like. Now I just got to clean up the tag end here. And what I like to do is I like to get a lighter and just put a little bit of a mushroom on the tag end right there. So that way, if by chance it's slipping on the knot and that mono slips down a little bit, it'll hit that mushroom and it'll definitely get it to stop. Let me find my lighter real quick. I say big if because normally that doesn't happen. Just being a little precautious. Where is my lighter? Lighter. Um, I don't see it. Nope. Oh, I found a lighter under all this. Come clean this up, please, because there's no reason this is like this. Or that's why we have all the spools down there, so all the line can go on there. All right. This is 100-pound hollow core that we're using. There you go. Nice and tight in there. So there we go. Let's see. What's up, Jaden? How you doing? Well, Tommy, we are here. Our address can be found online for sure. We're going to go and get this set up. And now we'll see how much braid will actually go on here. Yeah, buddy. Well, that's good. Slime time for sure. We're going to be, I know I'm going to have to be practicing a lot more as well with everything going on. Because I'm not backing down from being able to break 700 foot. I know I can get there. I was only 12 foot short this past tournament at 688 feet, which is pretty awesome. But I think this time, instead of doing the braid deal, because that's just, it's so much, it's so labor intensive to set up the reel, wet the line, keep it wet through the whole deal. And I feel it's really hindering my ability to be able to get out there and start really hitting the distance I'm really wanting to get. Um, all right, there, KTM. Um, oh, interstate battery. Interstate battery. All right, KTM. So I'm at 436 yards, and I'm at what we would call the casting deal, or the lip for casting. However, again, too, these HXW Raptors, if you were doing straight braid, you could actually fill it up a lot more and get more line capacity, because with the braid, it sits on the spool pretty well. Like, I've got some that are pretty overly filled, and it's pretty easy to cast them because it's a heavier spool. However, with the mono that you're having on there, yeah, you're going to need a pretty big gap like that. So we'll see. Yeah, I'll do 30. What's that for? Trying to keep up with all y'all's comments, but when I'm sitting here looking at the spool, I miss a lot of it. Okay, so fly line setups, boss. I have no idea how to help you out. I don't fly fish at all. I've been exposed to it, but I have not um, gotten any more than that. Okay, so let me at least get it to the 450, so it's an even number, which ain't really gonna hurt it much. Right? Actually, 445. We'll go with that. There. That's 450 yards total with the monofilament and the braid. And again, too, yes, this is a pretty wide gap. So even if you don't get it on there precisely, it is fine. You're gonna have plenty of room. Just remember, when you're reeling in though, and you start seeing this pattern, like X X X X, then you're gapping it out too much. You want to try to keep it nice and straight up and down when you're reeling, which means you're going to crank a lot faster than you're going to move left to right. All right, so we got that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and down spool it so I can invert the lines real quick and put the monofilament back on top. And actually, I don't know why I'm taking that off. The who are you asking, Tommy? Me or the guy, Slime Time, that was talking about his long casting that he did? What's up, Daniel Garcia? I was actually going through a lot of the paperwork earlier today to figure out everybody's credits and stuff like that. I did not get finished though. I'm having to go months and months back to find out everybody's credits and or available status on that. Oh, I hate this one. This one's the one that's already stripped. I'm already gonna have to order me a new deal, but kind of holding off because I think it's almost time to buy a new line winder. Um, but you're looking about $3,000 for a new setup with all the new toys and gadgets they have on it. I don't know yet. I don't know. Right now, I'm spending a lot of money on new labels, um, barcodes, and all of that to get my system ready and up and running for. Um, wow. Come on. It's not even working there. It might be this wing nut is trash. Looks like the wing nut's already done, which ain't good. That is not good. Let's see. Come on. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go buy another wing net, guys. This is not gonna let me work. All right. Well, KTM, I'd like to say I'm gonna finish your reel tonight, but I would have to actually get off the phone, go to Home Depot, go find another wing nut because I can't find the original one that was a lot better than this one. It had a lot of tighter wrap around the stem here. And I thought I was going to find it once I actually broke down my whole spooling station, removed the whole bottom section, cleaned it all out looking for parts, and I could not find it. So I'm thinking that it fell into some of the boxes down there and got thrown away a long time ago when I had my guys come over and cleaning up, because obviously they weren't looking for parts. They were just looking to clean up the area here. Let me try one last Hail Mary. Let me see if I can see anything under here. Okay, see all kinds of bolts that I put down there. Oh, not good. Not good at all. Can't really go any further than that, too, because a lot of other debris down in there. And yeah, oh, this actually might work. Hold on. It'd be nice if we found my tool under here. That was definitely making it hard. Found a Cortland sticker. All right. Yep, not gonna find it. So, yeah, the wing nut here is completely stripped. I'm trying to get it to grasp the threads here, and it's really being a pain in the butt. You know what? Let me try the older one. Shoot, look at that. It's literally slipping right off. But this one I was actually holding. Maybe I'll get lucky. Ooh, we might get lucky. Hold on. Let me try this one more time. The raffle was actually I held one on Saturday because Friday was Valentine's Day and I did not get to hold one. Awesome. All right. Don't need it anymore, kind of deal. Yep. Let's see. Well, the only bad thing about using some kind of tape on here, guys, is that one, I get it locked on enough by hand tight. If I put some kind of like Teflon tape on here and stuff like that, it might make it almost impossible for me to get it off. Because you got to remember, on this side, there's nothing there's nothing for me to grip onto. You know what I mean? It's all circular, and there's the wing nut. So it makes it kind of hard to do that. Now, if this had some kind of octagon over here that came out, maybe I can get somebody to add a weld to it. Then I could start using that kind of deal. But we would definitely end up having to have some kind of tools always here at the counter, then more tools than what we would regularly need, kind of deal. So let's see. The next will be tomorrow for the fire drawings, guys, but you're more than welcome to start paying in today, which I will not say no. We actually got a small credit already for a few of the guys that paid in on Saturday, but since they didn't go over $200, I just rolled it over because it was only like 3 people. They got in on Saturday, which is understandable. It was the day after Valentine's Day. Everybody's probably broke. Yeah, oh, hey, hold on. Before you leave, I need you to help me lower down the coolers. I'm definitely not trying to break my back doing it by myself. Hold on, guys. I gotta walk outside real quick. Yeah, he was on the boat and I missed him, so right there is fine. All right. Okay, I'm back. All right. When do you want to come to the store there, Caleb? Because technically we're closed, but since I'm still here working, you and your parents are more than well invited to come in. Yep, no, we're still here. I'm still here. I'll be working on this and I'll be live for a while longer, like I said. I'm trying to get that information out about tomorrow's vote at City Council, guys. Again, we need everybody, whether you live here or you don't, to go on and sign up to be a speaker at it, to let them know that them trying to limit the amount of time that people get to go over there is only going to further allow them to control the narrative. They're going to end up making it to where all their guys get to speak and we don't. You know what I mean? And that is going to be brutal on our ability to battle against um, being outweighed. You know, when they say, "Oh, the desal plant, this and that," and everybody likes it, and all it is people that have been bought out or paid for their opinion out there and stuff like that. I'm not being paid. I'm just speaking out to protect our waterways and our ability to keep going fishing in a healthy area. All right, guys. So now that I've stripped it off, I want the mono to be on top. So what I'm going to have to do is put a downspool it one more time, and this will allow me to put the braid on the top end, and this will allow me to, when I spool it back onto the reel, that the braid will go on first and the mono will be on top, and that'll be the exact amount that KTM needs for his reel to make him happy. And it's not just to make him happy, but every customer is different. Not everybody wants their reel completely filled up. I like it like that, but that doesn't mean that it has to be like that and that's the only way I'm going to do it. No, he was kind of worried about that. He's like, I seen the way you do it. I say, hey, if you don't like that, you don't have to have it like that. We just do it like that because uh, customers want it like that. So just a heads up, guys. That's the good thing about our shop is like we are definitely able to change with the times or whatever our customers want or need. Their needs will be met. So, fishing Ray. Ray, is that you? I see you changed up your name. You got to put Ray Gone Fishing instead. the Sorry, the brake drum is there and it's really annoying, but also the vibration is full, so it causes all of that. But also too, I am using the new the mic set, the Blue Parrot or whatever. I forget the name of it, but I'm definitely gonna have to do some research to find out what other system I can get into, so that way I can have somebody else on the mic at the same time. You know, not with just like the lapel mics. I want them to have good info that they can hear me, even though they're quite a distance away. So. And I saw the guys that were using a mic system offshore, and it was kind of an enclosed deal. So I want to see if they have. There it is. There it is. Wee, 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 wee. I'm glad I put my hand on there because I would have missed that knot because it was so small. And right when I was like, man, where is it? I know it's got to be here. And there it is. There's the knot. There it is. So now I can put the braid on first, and this will give him the exact line capacity that he wants to fish with this reel. So, but you're also going to get to see firsthand how much the braid would take up on the spool in comparison to how much the mono took on when I first spooled it up. So, you're not the only one there, KTM. You're not the only one. Trust me. Um, the veteran that was out there with us the other day, I was definitely, having to watch his spooling on there because when he was reeling in, he was wide gapping it real bad. Like he was learning the thumb, but he was going real fast. As fast as he was turning the handle, he was trying to do this, and that's not the way it works. You know what I mean? To get good line capacity, you've got to slow down your thumb, guiding your line onto your reel, so that way it can get the good line capacity, and you're not stacking PVCs. So, what's up, Matt B? How y'all doing? So, how was everybody's Valentine's Day? I hope everybody looked like everybody made it through alive. I ended up going to the house and getting some steaks for the wife and kids, and I cooked them steaks and did jalapeno poppers, and I tried out. I marinated them for about an hour. It was something of what I was looking for, but I definitely I'm gonna have to practice some more on it because it did taste a little salty, and it may have been because the amount of soy sauce that I used at the very beginning to do the marinade. And again, guys, I'm not a steak connoisseur. I just know I know how to eat them. I know how to eat them, and I can cook them. I've done some reverse searing and stuff like that, but I've mainly kept it pretty simple: salt, pepper, maybe some steak seasonings and stuff like that. Boil up some butter and saute it like that so I can get a nice little crispiness. And but I like mine blue. I like my steak blue. So, nice, 20.5-inch speckled trout by Caleb. Very nice. So, yeah, when you're in the lakes like that, you can definitely catch a lot of fish. Now, whether it's the big ones that you're looking for, or the schoolies. Normally, when I fish in the lights like that, I tend to fish away from the light or under the light, like letting my bait go a lot deeper. That or I'll use a lot bigger baits, so that way I can try to keep the schoolies from eating my bait. So, yeah. Hoisin sauce is better than soy sauce. Never heard of that one. Yeah, garlic powder in the butter. Yes, sir. But I've actually done it where I've chopped up, the fresh garlic pretty well and warmed it up with the butter and did it that way. But yes, garlic powder. Yes, yes, yes. Perfect time is to go fishing, John. I'm sorry. Sometimes I don't get to pick that. I just get a time to go, and that's a perfect time. Right there. That's it. Yes, sir. That's for sure. Oh, garlic powder under the raw steaks. Mmm. That's that. What is that green leaf that they have seen Chef Gordon put on his steaks? I forget what flavor that is. Is it rosemary or jasmine, something like that? How do I feel about accurate reels? Um, I have fished with several different sizes, some brand new out of the box, and their ramp is too fast. Like there's no gradient upgrade from, trying to get a slow drag setting, when you're trolling and stuff like that. It was either too much or too little. And yeah, it didn't work out. Mm. But then also, too, when it came down to casting them, all the ones that I played with, I had to thumb them. So I was really trying to get away with that number. So, well, I'm going to stop right here just to show y'all something. This is where the knot is for the mono. That's 345 yards of the braided line on there. The reason why I'm doing this is because this is about the same height that the 100 yards of mono had taken up on the same spool. So right here it shows a 3-to-1 ratio between the monofilament and the braid. Just food for thought there, guys. That gives you a big incentive, So like earlier that I was filling it up, I wish I was recording because then I could do it side by side. But since it's live, I don't have that luxury of being able to do that. So there we go. 100 yards of mono right there, and 345 yards of braid. Let's see. Prime ribs, sauce, horseradish sauce. I don't know if we did a good thing by start talking about food because I know I'm going to be up here for several hours more. I might have to do my, yep, the Raptor Plus right there. And this is number 63 KTM. Yay, buddy. Very, very nice. All right. So, all right. So, real quick, I'm going to have the stand up here and I'm going to kind of walk away. I think there's a 15 to a 30-foot um, deal on here with the mic that I can walk away and y'all still hear me. But I'm going to have to wait a few seconds to see if y'all can let me know on it. 15 to a 30-foot deal on here with the mic that I can walk away and y'all still hear me. But I'm going to have to wait a few seconds to see if y'all can let me know on it. 15 to a 30-foot. Can y'all still hear me? All right, let me go a little further. Can y'all hear me now? I'm just trying to see how far away from the mic I can be before it actually cuts out. I'm about 30 foot now. Go a little further. Y'all hear me now? I'm just trying to see how far away from the mic I can be before it actually cuts out. Roger that. So here we go. I'm about 40 to 50 foot away now. So let's see. So basically, I could pretty much be anywhere in my store and have the camera up there, and y'all can hear me, which is good. That is primarily what I was wanting, so that way when customers come in, I can deal with them, and then you can kind of hear their questions, and we can share their answers with y'all as well. So, all right. So I went to the Houston show, and actually, Mr. Bill Batson, I totally forgot my blanks in the booth there, but Batson Industries, I let them know, and so they saved them for me. And actually, Mr. Bill was in town. He came to visit with Roy's and Breakaway Tackle and some other businesses that they do business with quite a bit. And he actually delivered my blanks to me today. So big shout out to Batson Industries for having great products, but also to the personnel, the knowledge, and then man, every one of them. I'm telling you, if you ever gone up to the Batson booth at the Fishing Expo, definitely test them. Like question, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is what I want to do. Like they have so much knowledge. It's awesome. But yeah, we got some rods here. We got the blue one. Yep, this blue color right here. So what's up, boss? How can I help you? No, you're good. What kind of bait were you looking for? What are you trying to fish for? Big drum? The big drum? I I've got blue. Well, shrimp and sea lice I do not have right now, but I do have fresh frozen crab. Like literally, they probably might not be froze, but I've got a couple of live ones left over. I'm supposed to get a couple hundred more pounds tomorrow, but just crab and fish bites. So, how'd you find us? Oh, okay. Well, I'm actually live on my YouTube channel right now, so if you hear me talking to myself, it's I'm actually talking to the channel and stuff. So, but so I'm gonna show y'all this. I was able to get my hands on some of the blue colors that they have of the blanks. I think y'all are gonna like this. There you go. Yep. Let me turn on the flash. Maybe that might help. There you go. That is a beautiful, beautiful blue. Goes all the way down. Yep, yep. So we've got some of these in the shop. Yeah, man. Focus, focus, focus. Yeah, maybe the camera's a little dirty and stuff. So. But yeah, I got a couple of them blues. I got the green. The green ones are in there too. The judges. Um, yep. So we'll be taking orders for those. And again, too, like I said, um, I've got some opportunities for the shop here to change some things, guys. So I'll be kind of going over that. But I want to sit down and talk to you about tomorrow's city council meeting because that is really, really important. Also, too, I know my sister-in-law, and actually, let me see. There you go. Okay. Yes. Normally, I do have shrimp. Normally, I buy several hundred pounds at a time, and I store it in here. But the last several weeks, the shrimp boats have been having a lot of issues because the high winds that they've been having have made it really hard for them to get out there and do everything like that. So, yeah. And then also too, I found some more bins so I can continue putting our weights where they need to be and stuff like that. So, yeah. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, boss. Oh, let's see. Hold on, real quick. Hmm. Yes, they are, John. That they are. Hold on, real quick, guys. I'm trying to do a few things to really help this out. Give me just a second. All right. So let's see if this works. Hold on, real quick, guys. Uh, I've been to your shop before and saw you, but was scared to say hi. Trust me, boss. I don't bite. I do not bite. Hold on, real quick. Let me see. All right. Sorry about that. I'm trying to get my sister-in-law on the channel because they started a book club, um, and they're looking to share the word about it and stuff like that too. So, you ready, boss? They are $3 a piece, or if you get 10 or more, they go down to $2.75 each. Three of them? Sure can. See how many I got live though. Yep. Actually, that's all I have are three. These were completely full a few days ago. Let's see, where's my bags at? Tattoos by Corn Dog. That's funny. I'm sorry, we cracked. Oh, really? Nice. Um, Where's my bags? Sorry, boss. Where? Oh, there they are. So where are you from? Oh, okay. There we go. Watch out, that one will get you. There you go. Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's see. Let me get some tape. I normally put tape on here just so it's easier to grab the bag without worries. Got so much stuff I'm working on right now, it's making it harder for me to find things that I need right there. Jeff the same way. I know I got. Ooh, there it is. There's a different tape, but it'll work. You gonna go fish at the Causeway Pier? Do what? Yeah. NAS Corpus Christi or the Naval Air Station over here? Yeah, yeah, at the OSO. Yep, that's one place to go to for sure. Um, there you go. Uh, yeah, actually, I was there on Wednesday this past week, and we did 6 or 8 drum in a few hours out there. The 43 and 3/4 was the biggest one, but we caught 3 of them that were 43 inches back to back.
Yeah, I was doing that all night long. Last time I was there, we caught like 40 of them.
Nice. Yeah, if I'd stayed longer, we would have definitely got a lot more numbers. But I had to run up. I had to come back to Corpus, and then I ran up to Houston for a fishing show that was up there and stuff like that. So 2, 3. All right. So you're at 24 and 41 cents, boss. Out of 40. 15. 15. There you go, boss. You need a bag or you good? All right. No, the reason why I was laughing at the corn dog deal is because we always make jokes, and when we're not catching fish, we ought to throw a corn dog on there. Maybe we'll catch ourselves a dork fish or something. Uh, yeah, that. Well, that's no. Those are my personal. Yeah, but we can make you rod and reel setups like that. All those reels in the counter are available for sale. Yeah, the Avets on the right. Yes, sir. Um, Well, on Tuesdays and Fridays, we do a fire drawing, and basically we sell tickets for $10 a spot, and you can buy as many as you want, and it results as winner take all, and it's for in-store credit. So if we sell, $1,000 worth of tickets, well, that's what your credit line will be here in the shop. So it's gone as far as $4,300 or as low as $200, and if it doesn't hit at least 200, then I roll it over to the next one. But for the most part, we pretty much always get over 200. So, but yeah,
All right.
and it's
Well,
life.
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too,
All right,
boss.
thank you.
Roger that. You have a good one. Be safe. All right. So, all right. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I'm always thinking of the blue collar comedy with uh, not Jeff Dunham, but uh, I'm brain dead right now, guys. I've been dealing with a lot of stuff that I got to go, and as you can tell, there's a lot of paperwork around me and stuff like that. But again, too, I'm waiting for the link. Um, let's see. Mm. But again, too, right there. All right, guys. So I'm gonna copy everything that Rachel has sent me for the city council meeting tomorrow, guys. What you'll be when you go in to sign in, it'll give you a spot to say what you're um, going to be talking about or what you're going to be addressing. And so, that's hold on, let me see. Let's see right there. All right, so it's First Amendment violation. That's what y'all will put in right there. There's the link, www.cctexas.com / sign in. This is so that way everybody can go on there and let them know that, that is a violation. It's our First Amendment right to be able to go and speak at these city council meetings, because if they don't know what's going on or what's wrong, then they're not going to change anything. And by them limiting us on us being able to go in there and talk about it or let them know that we are not happy with what's going on, they can sweep everything under the rug. And especially if they limit the amount of time that we are actually able to have public comment, it's really going to kill us, guys. Really, really going to kill us. So, um, again, guys, even if y'all don't live here in Corpus, I highly, highly recommend y'all to go on there. And even if you can't make the, say you're at work and you're doing it on your lunch break, and it doesn't fall in that time period of your lunch break, they're still going to call your name out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to let them know there's going to be a lot of people that are at work right now that are trying to get to these lives to be able to voice their concerns about it, and they're not able to because they're at work. But this is going to show you the amount of people that are looking to speak and be heard. So this is very important, guys. I need everybody's help to blow it up to where they're sitting there just calling name after name after name. And if y'all can speak, even more power to us. It's going to help us. And again, too, it's about the our First Amendment of freedom of speech. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's gonna be pretty bad, guys. We need to fight this, otherwise they are gonna steamroll us, and then they're always gonna have their cronies that are bought and paid for to go up there and speak in the favor of what they want to do, how they want to do it, because obviously they're all in the pocket. So no, we're not gonna have it. So let's see, what's up, Smurfy? How you doing? And read up, please. Read up, please, on what? Um, Let me go ahead and pull up the YouTube channel real quick so I can see everybody's comments. Because again, too, when I'm sitting here talking, everybody's commenting and it gets drowned out. Let me see. Is that yesterday? Nope, that was last time. Let me see. Go to my channel real quick and yeah. We're sitting normally anywhere from 2,200 to 2,650 yards of braid on a reel. That really all depends on how you want it spooled or how overly spooled you want it. Um, it really depends on that too, guys. And or also, are we having a real good spooling day? I'll be honest. There are times when we're just not in the groove, and we space it out a little more so we don't get to the 2,600 yard mark with still a little bit of a gap. Sometimes we're at 2,400 at the max and stuff like that. So But again, too, sometimes that'll help because if you're not completely confident in getting the line on there, sometimes it works out to your benefit on that. So, tight line is thinner than Jerry Brown. If uh, I want to say they're right in the same boat. I have not looked at the specs on them, but just going off of the line capacity for them, then I would have to say yes. They're right in the same boat. Skipjack Cindy in the house. What's up? How you doing? Locked Up Drag. Fishing Ray. Dusty. Daniel Garcia. Slime Time. Let's see. Uh, yes, Tuesday and Fridays are my fire drawing nights. And again, too, I'm not doing Cash App anymore because we were doing the lottery and they saw it as gambling, so they blocked my account. Um, so they haven't released it or they haven't sent me an email. They said it could take up to 90 days. So I'm not really fretting about it, guys, because we can do it here through the YouTube channel. The only drawback is the funds that come in from them drawings only come to my account. They don't make it to my account until the 21st or 22nd. That's when the YouTube channel actually will pay me from all the sales that we have on here or the super chats and stuff like that too. So just a heads up on that. But again, guys, to go sign up. And actually, I think y'all can start today and to go sign up and talk. And again, too, guys, just if you can't, still just sign up. Like I said, the more names we have up there, and if you can, cool. If you don't, then we understand because we got to work. We're working people. We don't have free. And even me, like I own the shop. There are times when I just cannot break over. If I break away over there and wait several hours for my name to be called, that's a lot of time that I lose here at the shop that I could have been, um, a lot more productive. Oh man, excuse me. You know what? I'm gonna get me a red. Oh, started a Red Bull earlier, didn't finish it, but yeah. So let's see. For a time there, we got a lot of braided line from Cortland onto an 80 Avet, but I think their formula changed or they had a little bit more of the color coding on there, so it gapped it out a lot more, and we were getting a lot less. Um, there were times we're only getting like 2,200 yards of 130 on a 80, which is a huge difference from what we originally got years ago. You know what I mean? So I told them about it. They're like, well, nothing's changed. Well, something has because the math ain't there. Like, we're not getting these numbers. And I'm not saying that they have um, weakened their line or they've changed it up. I'm just saying that we're not getting the same line capacity. So something has happened. Now, their line, I have a ton of customers that are really um, diehard Cortland. They won't put anything else but Cortland on the reel, which we're all for it like that. And we want customers to know exactly what they want. And when they find it, man, they will make sure we get it spooled onto the reel and stuff like that. So it ends up making their fishing a lot easier to deal with. Um, because they're fishing with what they want to fish with, they're paying for it. So yes, we'll definitely give it to them. Black Wolf Outdoors is in the house. What's up, boss? How you doing? So I am actually. So remember how I said that after I looked at the order form that we were missing some items. I'm gonna go ahead and show you what it looks like. I worked on that this morning when I got here. So this is all the stuff that is going for Fishing Tackle Unlimited. We got the 8 ounce in the 116 gauge and 3/32 gauge. The 1 and 1.5 pounder, that's supposed to actually say 3/32, not 1.5. And then the 16 ounce and 1.5 pounder in the 1/8 gauge. Then we got the bull red leaders. We got them in 4 different colors. The double drop drum leaders, the improved double drop drum leaders, the Jack Crevalle leaders in 3-way short and 3-way long, our snapper slapper hooks right there, or snapper slapper leaders with 6/0 3X strong. And those are all mono leaders right there. Then we got our pompano. Got our pompano with hard float. That's with no float. That's with hard float. And we got whiting rigs right there. We've got our three-way coated cable with the 10-aught hook for the shark and bull reds. And we have the three-way long with the J hook for the big black drum leaders. And we got redfish rigs right here for the three-way long with the 135-pound cable. Then they also come with the mono. And we got kingfish rigs, the free line, and then with the red teaser. Those are all the different colors of the 4-foot shark casting leaders. So again, on that one, I know everybody's going to be wanting the 5 and 6 footers to be asked for. So make sure you let them know you want those. And then we're taking them the beach shark leaders. But again, too, a lot of the guys want the 19 footers so they can fish from the local piers over there. But we're also going to have the leaders for droning where they have the three-way swivel up on top for that. Then we got our shark drops, the 24-aught, 20, and 18-aughts. They were originally just going to do one size, but we convinced them to do all 3 sizes. And then they will have the bait elastic replacements and the bait elastic with the clip. So that's just some of the tackle that's going to be on there right there, guys. So again, if there's something on there, obviously the rest of the surf weights that we carry, like we got 1 through 11 ounce in the 116 gauge. We have 3 through 1.5 pounders in the 330 seconds gauge. And then in the 1/8 gauge, we got from 7 ounce all the way up to 3 pounders. So yeah. Meeting for tomorrow is for no to decel or pins and web phone call. Okay, so the meeting for tomorrow, the big thing you want to push is talking about them limiting our rights to be able to go out there and speak. They're trying to make it to where it's only a 75-minute briefing there and or for public comment. So that means 3 minutes or 75, 3 minutes per person or 75 minutes in total, which means if everybody's from the city and they get 3 minutes, they're only going to allow 25 people to speak, which means the first ones to sign up, those are going to be the 25, which is BS. I mean, that is limiting our rights there to go out there and speak our mind of what's going on as registered voters in our city. And even if you're not registered to vote, because you live here and you pay taxes, you have a right to speak up on these things. Even though you don't live here and you are a tourist, you also get allotted a certain amount of time. I think it's 2 minutes which y'all can choose. Speak your mind because these changes will affect you as well. So it's not just us, guys. Michael. Yes, yeah. Um, yes, Caleb. Michael is the owner of Big Fish Consulting, and yes, that's who invited me on to the 36-hour tuna trip. Yes, sir. Mm, mm. All right. So now, real quick though, if any of y'all are into any of the book clubs, what they're trying to do is they're trying to set up an honor system. You go over there, you can put a book in, you can take a book out and read it and stuff like that. They're trying to bring that back. And so when she was talking about it, I said, it clicked in my head. I said, man, there's so many fishermen on here that have a significant other that while they're out there fishing are sitting there reading a book. So this may be something y'all might be interested in getting into. So um, hold on. Um, I know a lot of y'all that come through Corpus to go fishing and stuff like that. So this may be something for you to make your significant other a lot more happier that they get to go out there and check out all these different books and work together with the community that's really raising this up. So just a little food for thought there. Um, any update on the left-handed gunmetal T-Rex? No, Sputnik, man. Actually, like I said, this past week was brutal on me. I was not able to be on my phone. I was too busy walking around and talking to different vendors and stuff like that. But I'm going to take a note down here to check on that. Right here. standard and metal. Yeah, you already purchased that one, Sputnik. Yeah, so it's coming back to me now. I thought I had to check on it, like to see if they were going to make it, but once I saw gunmetal, it rang in my head that they actually only had the gunmetal and the black available. I just got to see where we're at on getting it shipped over here and stuff like that. So I got you on that, boss. That took a second. I hadn't had my coffee, but the Red Bull's starting to kick in just a little bit. All right. Different Michael. It's not the same Michael. Um, um the Michael that from Big Fish Consulting is not on our channel as a subscriber here. He is subscribed to the channel, but he's not commenting on here and stuff like that. Um, the where's that one at? What 25 from right there. You roger that. Yes. No, we're looking at doing all of that. I know, actually, I'm staying late to work today because I have got to work on setting up the barcodes for each of the items. Just for this page alone, I think it's 35 barcodes that I got to set up for those specific items. But at the same time, too, there's a lot of items that I want them to carry. Like I told them, man, if we're gonna do this, like we need to do it right. Like we need to have my full arsenal of gear that people can go and get at any given time. I said, because when I advertise it, I'm gonna make sure that sales happen. You know what I mean? And a lot of guys that drive in from Houston, they come to my shop to come pick up the gear. But this will help them save a little time, and maybe they'll go fishing more because now they can pick it up locally. So I am definitely looking at that and see what we can work on there too. So, um, so all right, Daniel Garcia. Okay, so he already did it. So again, guys, like I said, Daniel did it right here while we were on the channel. So again, I'm going to share that link um, so that way you can go and speak. Um, and again, it's about the First Amendment violation right there. So it's www.cctexas.com/sign in. And then when it asks what you're going to talk about or what you're referring to, put in the First Amendment violation. That is very important that they all see that. And if you would too, guys, you probably got out of there, but if you got the email confirmation, please send me that email to the Team Hard Life one at gmail.com, and I'm going to post up that email there too. So that way I can also too get a count. Hey man, we have 50 people or 75 people that want to weigh in on this, but right now they're at work and they can't do it. So you cannot sit there and say, hey, we're going to limit the amount of people because that is going to close the door on so many people being able to speak their minds and let you know that, hey, man, these are the people that vote for you and or don't vote for you. They come in and spend their money as a tourist in our city. So it is big. What's up, Oscar? How you doing? So, and Caleb, where did you meet Mike? Were y'all out fishing or was it at church? Let's see. I need to do this real quick. Hold on. Been working on a lot of things right here. I still got to also build a ton of leaders um, for them as well too. So definitely looking forward to it. I'm okay with work. It's not a complaint. I'm okay with work. So mm, thank you, Daniel. For sure, guys. And the reason why I'm asking for y'all to send me that email that y'all have done so is so that way when I walk in there tomorrow and I'm talking to a lot of people, because or if I can't make it in there, I'm gonna also sign up, and I am also gonna voice my opinion on it. And actually, too, I wonder if I got the video in here. I know the last time I spoke, I recorded it, and actually, real quick, I'm gonna show y'all the video real quick. To go and talk more about the water desal plant and all the council members as well. I have a YouTube channel called Team Heart Life. We have 210,000 subscribers and have been sharing all of our knowledge with the channel, with updates on the desal plant and everything else that's going on in the city that directly impacts me and my business and my ability to feed my kids and protect my family. I have not been very happy with all the decisions that the city council has been making and what they deem is necessary for the city, because it has been a lie. The lie is that the city is not going to get the water. Industry is going to get that water. So why do they keep putting out there that false narrative that the city will get the water? I mean, I'm sorry, we're not. But you expect us to pay for it. And then what happens when it fails? Not if, when it fails, because the other desal plant that was put in the back bay still isn't even up and running. And that's been in there, what, 10 years already? I am not happy. I know everybody on my channel is not happy, and we are working together to make sure that you all hear us, because it is not the right thing to do by selling out our city, selling out our environment for for lining your pockets with funds. And you may say that we're thinking out of the corner of our eye or not doing it correctly, but we are paying attention to what's being done and not being done. And our city getting fined hundreds of thousands of dollars because failed leadership causing that, and then putting it back on us to come out of our pockets, because I guarantee you every one of those fines y'all did not pay for. We as city habitants and taxpayers are the ones paying for that. I'm tired of paying for y'all's mistakes. I know everybody else is, and we are not going to stand idle while y'all continue to sell us out. We are on y'all. We are watching, and we're going to keep sharing it and making sure everybody knows what is going on and what needs to be done so y'all can hear us, because, again, too, this is my livelihood. This is my life. This is everybody's safe haven to come out and enjoy the waters that we have in our area. Fishing, boating, swimming, just coming out and looking at the hotels and all of that. There's not going to be able to be done if those water treatment plants get put in there. And again, too, the water is not for the city. It's for incoming businesses and industry. Make them pay for it. Make them responsible for anything that happens when it fails. Thank you. I don't think if y'all didn't hear me, but yes, I recorded that so that way it gives you an idea. And if y'all are subscribed to my channel, y'all will know that this ain't the first time I've spoken up at these deals. It's probably like my fifth or sixth time. But if you don't stick with it and you don't keep putting it out there, then you're not going to be heard. And then when they take it all away from you, don't want to hear no complaining. Like, well, why, and why? It's right here. We've got a huge following here. We got a lot of people that are concerned with it. Get with your neighbors, get with your friends, get with your family. We need to put it out there what they are attempting to do, because again, too, like Padre Island National Seashore, that's another huge deal right there. Like, it's about to be closed for the majority of the year because they don't have enough funds to keep the park open. And then what's going to end up happening, which has already happened before, like the lake up north, they sold it to a private developer. And so a public lake, or that was a state park or federal park, one of the two, here in Texas was sold because they couldn't maintain the park. This is their end game, guys. They are going to sell Padre Island National Seashore because nobody's doing anything about it. So that's another one. I did get um, a kind of a heads up that Brent Chesney, one of the county commissioners here, is willing to come on my channel and speak more of it, of what we should do, who we should be talking to, and how we can band together to help stop this from continuing. But again, too, you know, if we're doing all the legwork here and there's only 20 of us that are doing it, guys, you can't expect a lot of help from anywhere if you're not willing to put forth the effort, guys. So again, we need everybody's help to go on there. I'm going to share the link again for y'all to go over there and speak up. And again, too, it's for the First Amendment violation right there. And it's important, guys. It really is. We're about to lose our ability to go speak at these events if you're not within the first 25 people to go speak. Like, really? That, I mean, that should already send red alarms, red tape. I mean, it should anger you guys. It really should. So, um, I'm actually going to be building leaders here. What I'm doing is I'm cutting the strips of the heat shrink, and I'm using the marine grade heat shrink so I can create my shark leaders. And what I'm doing is um, I'm actually setting it up to where see how the swivel doesn't droop over. What I'm doing is I'm locking up the swivel so it stays in line and it still spins. You see what I'm saying? It's still going to allow it to spin. Both this swivel spins and the lower end spins. And it's important for that because I have actually seen a few times where the leader kind of bundles up on itself like that. And see, I'm trying to make it happen and it's not doing it. Um, I want my leaders to be the best on the market. And when I see little ways that I can improve it, I am going to definitely do it. So that's actually what I'm doing right now. Like I went and bought a lot of heat shrink tubing and I got to, you know, cut it up into its sections and do all of this. So I'll be working on that tonight. And here in a little bit, I'm going to be also be working on my, um, the barcoding situation. That's going to be another one. I'm going to probably have to need some help from another business, Vance at Line Cutters. He's actually been helping me out with a lot of things like this, with knowledge like that, and which is pretty awesome. So if y'all got to see him down there at the Fishing Expo as well, um, great individual. Like he's like us. He wants the best product out there available for all of us to be able to use at any given time. And you know, like me, he wants the best product out there. You know, he does all the due diligence, and it took him a year to perfect those pliers and the way he wanted them to be and stuff like that. So, not tie your braid to what knot do you tie your braid to your leaders with? Actually, I don't know what it's called, Dave, but what I do is I take the tag line through the swivel, then I come around the main line 4 times, 4 to 6 times, and then that loop that I've created, once it starts doing the wrap like that, I take my tag line through that loop right there, and that's how I cinch it down. Because at the end of the trip, I can actually undo that knot and undo the whole thing because I'm using braid. If you do that with mono, I would go through twice and then wrap it around the main line 4 to 6 times, and then cinch it through because you're going to be cutting the knot off. You won't be able to get it undone like that. But I choose to teach people this way so that way they can use it. Um, so that way they don't have to keep cutting their braid off after every trip. So just a little food for thought there. Let's see. I don't know what it's called. I don't know what it's called, but I have actually found it. I thought it was a fisherman's knot or an improved. It may have been an improved clinch knot or some. The improved one is where you go back through the loop. Like when you come through the loop the first time, you take it back through the other loop you just created. But I don't think it's the improved one. The improved one is where you take that tag in and do something else with it. But if you do that, you will not get that knot off your swivel without um, cutting your line for sure. So with the way I'm teaching you, just the 4 times around and through the first loop that you made, is the only way to really get it, so you can untie it at the end of your fishing trip. So, but again, guys, I kind of got a lot of work I got to do here, kind of deal. And I know that I'm talking with you on stuff like that, but I'm gonna have to get on the computer and kind of focus in on what I got to do there, um, because all of that is what I need, so that way I can do the order for Fishing Tackle Unlimited. So stay tuned for that. That is coming. But again, guys, um, if you're looking for tackle at Fishing Tackle Unlimited, and I didn't list something in there that we have, for example, like the 5 ounce surf weight or the 10 ounce surf weight and stuff like that. Like, obviously they don't have it yet. I'm going to take a bunch of that stuff over there, and I'm hoping they upgrade their sale, to that, um, to encompass all that other gear, because how I'm sorry, you can't just supply everybody with just 8 ounce weights. That may be their biggest seller, and they're probably going to put my tackle up against other guys that are there. But at the end of the day, we want to show that we can supply them with all kinds of other tackle as well. Now, granted, we don't have the fancy carrier that other guy, the other tackle guy, has up there, where he can put all his weights in there, because our weights, um, they lay flat into the container there. So it just looking at it, guys, we got a lot of work. And we're going to need y'all's input too, because again, too, a lot of the gear that I develop here, a lot of people don't use in that area. But if you are and you want it, let them know. Especially talk to Joe, or have them pass the word to Joe. Hey, man, we want this gear. Like, serious. We know he's bringing it in, but he didn't list it on the video that we saw. That's going to be an important part of it, because I did tell them that I was going to advertise, that I was going to start selling gear in their shop, and obviously to help sales, one, but two, to make sure that y'all know that we have another store that you can go buy our tackle from, so you don't always have to come into Corpus. You can get it there locally, which will save you on gas, time, driving, shipping. There's a bunch of things that it's going to help you out with, guys. So just um, no, right now the only big weight that they are having is the 1.5 pound with the 1/8 gauge wire on there. So obviously, if you want the bigger stuff, you need to let them know, hey man, he also carries this, and that's what we want to be able to buy from y'all. Let them know. Let them know, guys, because like I said, if we don't have y'all's input, it's gonna be hard to make that sale again too, because I'm not from that area. And I know the guys like John and a handful of others that come in and buy our gear. They take it up there. They come buy 30, 40 weights of different sizes and take it up there. What's up, Alton? How you doing? So, yeah, I'm over here making a whole bunch of heat shrink tubing. I'm cutting it into smaller chunks, so that way I can put it on the leaders that I'm going to be using here in a bit. So, all right, yeah, I'm stuck at work too. I'm stuck at work too. Yeah, but yes, I got left-handeds for sale. They are the got SX and I think MXL Raptors available. I can walk over there real quick and show them to you. No, I don't have a store in San Antonio, but you can also talk to them shops up there to get with me, to tell them, hey man, we want his gear up here. They're going to try and sell you on their gear, trust me. But it helps when y'all go in there and tell them, hey man, we were talking about it on the channel, and we'd like to get the gear up here. And if y'all want it, all you got to do is contact them. Give them my number. Tell them to call me. I will, if they want my gear in there, or if they're willing to bring my gear in there, I'll put it in there. But again, too, they may not, just because they want to make sure that their gear sells rather than our gear. But hey, I can only do so much, but I am willing to try. All right, so I'm at my rail counter. I haven't stocked them in a while. I haven't, but let's see. These are right-handed. I think all I have in left-handed right now are the blue SXs and the black SXs. And those are the last color ones that from what they told me again, those are the last colored reels that they have. So the blue and the blacks. Mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. But yeah, they had a lot of my gear at Indianola, but I haven't gotten a call from them in quite some time. So I don't know what's going on over there. I know they were having a tough time with sales and stuff like that. So yeah, I think those are the only lefties I have. What size were you looking for there, Joe? I need to put this up here. Guess we can go and put these up on the wall too. Party. That's that green and the blue. And actually, I'll do this. That way y'all can see. There you go. The judge is on the left and the blue is on the right. And actually, a lot of our stuff is set up for fresh water. See that they automatically assume that because we're a saltwater tackle shop that we don't make freshwater gear. We have tilapia rigs, we got double drop catfish rigs, we got heavy duty catfish rigs. We actually have a lot of that, but they just assume that. So what we could probably do is set up to um, send you some samples, and you can walk in with them and show them, hey, look, this is also part of their repertoire. So, so I'm definitely. I would have to double check on that, Tommy Guns. Um, I'll have to check on that because I will have to get with them to see what the shipping is on them. Since I bought them directly from the show over there, normally I bring gear in like that is so that way I can build a custom rod for our customers that walk in and want a custom gear. But to sell the blanks by themselves, I haven't really been in that market, but it's not to say that I'm not. It's a little harder because then you got to involve shipping costs. And granted, it's not a 10-foot rod, but it's still something that we will be working on them. Oh, the rating. I just saw that comment right now. Let's go see. Uh, extra fast 20 to 50 pound class, 2 to 8 ounce weight. They are 8 foot 10 inches, so basically they would end up being a 9 footer after you add a tip and a butt cap on there. So, all right. So finished rod on those, I think they're right at about $650 to $700 um, for those rods and blanks and stuff like that with the guides on them. Um, we originally we were building other 9 footers, but they were a way different blank, and we had those at $499, but they went up to $525. But I don't know when I'll be able to get those blanks in. However, however, I am working on a deal that if it goes through, I will be able to offer finished rods, 9 foot, 10 foot, anywhere from the $375 range to the $425 range. And yes, they will be mass production rods. However, they will not be the cheap mass production parts on them. Like I am going to put together some awesome casting rods that will last you. Like that will almost put my custom rods out of business kind of deal for that. But again, too, some people will want custom wraps on it, and then that's where you got to pay the extra amount that is on there. So, oh, nice, Derek. Yeah, we could definitely set something up like that. Um, Yeah, the Jack Crevalle rigs, the three-way longs, three-way shorts. I've used a lot of those when I go up to the lake and go catfishing up there. Actually, my even my redfish rigs, I've used those up there, and we've actually caught a bunch of those blues on those. My double drop catfish rigs, we've caught blues on those as well, and flatheads. Um, yeah, no, all my gear, just because it has a saltwater name on it, all we have to do is change the label and it will work for freshwater. Beauty is, the beauty is, listening, it's built for saltwater abuse. I have to say it like that because I freshwater fish and there's not really a crate like I've yet to be out there when we are getting smoked with the fish. Like fish after like big fish, big fish, big fish. Like I've never seen it. I've yet to see it. We'll get maybe one or two big fish during the trip, and or a bunch of alligator gar, but we have not had it where you catch 30 or 40 inch plus flatheads or blues or whatever. Like you don't see the amount of abuse that we put on saltwater gear in freshwater. You don't see it. So whatever you buy from us in saltwater and take it over there to freshwater, those fish ain't gonna stand a chance. They will not. Like I could put money on that. They will not. Now, I've got some guys that are YouTube subscribers here that want to take me fishing for freshwater catfish. I am game for it, but I tell them I'm going to use my gear. Just they need to tell me where we're going to fish, how we're going to fish. We fishing on bottom. We're going to float the rig. Like I want to take my saltwater gear over there and just put it to the ringer in freshwater. It's going to be hard. It's going to be real hard because y'all see the videos when we're out there fishing for black drum over here. Like we get on 1 liter probably. I know it wasn't last year, the year before when I was fishing out at Goose quite a bit. I was only taking 3 rods. On those 3 rods, I would turn 20 to 30, 40 inch fish in that time period. And then a few days later, with that same leader, I'd do it again. And then a few days later, again. All month long, I probably fished 10 times. We'll say 10. And to catch 30 to 40 fish every night on those same leaders all month long, I guarantee you will not see those numbers in freshwater. I haven't, but I'm not to say it can't happen. I'm not that good at freshwater fishing, but that's what I want them to know. The abuse that we put in saltwater is it's you can't compare it. So they say that our gear won't work there or is not strong. Bring your gear over here to for the saltwater. I want to see that. Let's go toe to toe. You know a good fisherman that catches a lot of fish out there, rod and reel. Bring their gear to the saltwater environment. Use that same leader in the saltwater environment, and let's see what happens. Then let's go back to freshwater with my gear to their honey hole or whatever, and let's see what happens. Telling you guys, like I put a lot of faith in my gear because y'all see me. I just don't care. When I set that hook, like I'm trying to pull that fish in quick because I'm testing all them points. I'm testing every single one of them cribs. I'm testing every one of them swivels, those three-way swivels, those hooks, the weights, my line, my knots, my rod, my reel. Everything is a test. So when I do these videos, when I'm out there with light tackle fishing and stuff, oh, I get it. Trust me. I'm not talking negative about people wanting to light tackle fish. I'm not. I'm just looking at the other end of the spectrum to where when I sell you a leader, I know I got one here. Hey, here's my Jack Crevalle leader, or here's that. It's with the assurances that I know that I have put that leader through the abuse. Throw everything you have at it, bro. Go put some lines out. Go bring in some monster fish. I just want to see some pictures, see some video. We get to set lines too for fillets that go toward the church during Lent, but during the day I let the rod set with a big live perch on the end to kill time. Roger that, Derek. Yeah. We actually, I donated this year. We donated a lot of fish to a lot of people to help them out during that, which it was awesome. It was awesome because it allowed me to keep going fishing and be more motivated. But also too, I'm gonna have to say this. I was a bit on the lazy side because I didn't want to have to sit there and fillet up all them fish. Once I got home after I was out there kicking butt all day. Yeah. So yeah, I'll have to say on that. So let's see, what did Curtis say? Trying to get him to understand I'm not a huge fisherman, but I want shit that lasts. Yep. You're very right on that, Curtis. Same way. If I'm gonna buy something, and even like that, I'm getting my arsenal up and running. Um, I'm talking to the vets that have do a lot of this and that. I talk to them. Hey, man, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to buy. Well, you can do. No, no, no. I'm not looking for how pretty it looks. I'm looking for being able to put up with the abuse of me mishandling it, because more likely it's going to happen. Not that I would intentionally throw stuff in the ground, but hey, you trip, you fall in the mud. I don't want something that it's going to get its feelings hurt the first time it gets dropped in the mud. I'm sorry, that was funny. All right. Awesome. J Mac. All right. That's number 2. How many people have signed up while you've been talking on here, guys? Again, I'm going to share that link real quick. If y'all are just chiming in, we're talking about the Corpus Christi City Council is trying to limit the amount of people that can speak, the public comment time. They're trying to limit it to 75 minutes, which means only 25 people will be able to speak at these events, which is it's it's a huge, huge deal against our First Amendment rights right there, guys. So freedom of speech right there. Um, can I buy my leaders online ready to go? Which leaders do you want, Derek? And actually, no, my website, the guy was taking it on, but after he realized all the stuff that we were having to deal um, with the new pricing, and even now, I got barcodes. I'm gonna have to start putting barcodes on all my gear, and I think once that dust settles there, then we'll get back to trying to get the website up and running again. So, so right here, guys, here's a prime example of what's going on. I have crimped my leader on there. I double crimped it all the way across, nice and straight, the way it's supposed to be. But I'm gonna put my heat shrink, and we're using the marine grade heat shrink there. I'm gonna shove it there. I got 2 spots, and you can already see it's already kind of locking it in place. But the second one is gonna do it. But obviously, right now it's still loose because it hasn't been heat shrunk. And once I get that set, this one is set. I am gonna be able to ensure that my gear will be second to none. I look for the details to make sure my gear will last. I just read Curtis's comment. Whoa, shoot. Oh, that is too funny. um, let's see. Yeah, no doubt. Well, flathead catfish. So, for the flatheads right there, the Jack Crevalle leaders, my redfish leaders, my tilapia leaders, my tilapia rig, I actually landed a 39-inch flathead catfish on one of my tilapia rigs. And actually, I would have landed a bigger one a few minutes later on the same leader, but it ended up getting off the hook right before I could pull it up into the shallow water to pull it out. I would have probably landed it if I would have had my landing net with me, but we did not intend on catching a monster fish 15 feet from shore. Like we were tossing about 15 feet away from shore, and I end up hooking that big old flathead. It was the first time I ever hooked a big old flathead like that, but it did not stand a chance against that tilapia rig. And so, really, I mean, if my little hook rigs can do it, any of my bigger stuff will smoke any of them fish. Now, um, do you want on your leaders? Here's a question you got to ask yourself. Um, do you fish in areas where it would help you to be able to grab those fish by the leader, like grab the leader and pull it up on deck? Because our Jack Crevalle leaders are, or redfish leaders start at 100-pound test, but they got a 7/0 or a 6/0 size hook on them, depending on the manufacturer. Our Jack Crevalle leaders start out with 130-pound test, and yeah, it's a lot heavier, a lot bigger hook too. It'd be either an 8 or a 9/0 on that one. And then our big black drum leaders, those will actually have a 10/0, 12, 13/0, or a 15/0 hook on there. So it really all depends which way you want to go with this. But I guarantee you, you hook up into something, you ain't got to worry about the leader. You ain't got to worry about that. Let's see. Give me a second. Hard life. No, it's the city council meeting. It's for the city where they talk about the desal programs or wastewater, tax increases and stuff like that. But what they're trying to do is limit the amount of public comment that can be made in that time period. They're trying to reduce the amount of people that can go up there and speak on those topics. The desal plants, yes, yeah, that's what they're trying to do. But they're also not telling you that the amount of brine that they were going to release plus the sludge will cook the bay. It literally will cook the bay. Exactly. Yes, sir. There will be no fishing. That is correct. The water will be too the water will be too salty. That's why we're telling them if they do it, they need to pump all that uh, brine back offshore or collect it all and do something else with it. But also, too, demand that they do not have any sludge go back into our water systems. Like they don't allow us to pollute the water. Why are they going to allow big businesses to do it? The what? No, it's just in the Bay of Corpus Christi, but they're talking about 5 desal plants that they want to put in. Mm-hmm. Yep, I know. Please do. Tell them to watch the channel. Tell them to start commenting on there because here's the biggest thing. The lie that everybody believes, as soon as they hear water desal, they automatically assume the water is for us. It is not for the city. It's for incoming businesses. They've already put out the contracts showing that the water is going to specific businesses that want to come into the area, but they need water promised to them. Roger that. Yes, sir. You have a good one. Okay. Bye bye. Yeah. So a lot of people are just chiming in and catching a little bit of it. Sorry, I had to kind of backtrack and explain that. But again, too, guys, that is the biggest thing right there, guys. They are pulling the wool over a lot of people's eyes, and it is really, really going to cook our bays, and it's going to hurt us. Um, yes, spin crazy. Yes, he actually excuse me, hit on a very important topic. I've had a lot of guys come through and they want to change up the leader, make their own leader, this and that. I don't charge custom pricing, but when you do ask for something like that, I do set up a price on it, and you have to prepay for it, obviously, because I don't want to build the gear and then you ask for 100 liters and you never come back, because it actually has happened to us. We actually had to wait like 5 months to get paid for a guy that wanted liters. Granted, he finally paid for it, but I had to sit there on liters that nobody else wanted, only him. Now, granted, he went out there and tore it up, and then he came back and bought more. But again, too, I pay for all my tackle up front. I pay my guys at weekly, so I need to collect on that. Now, if it's our tackle that we build in house, obviously it's already ready to go. You can come in, pick it up, and then you're good to go on that. So, mm, you're very welcome, Caleb. Yes, sir. And tell them to watch the channel, because here's where we're putting out a lot of that information too. So, yeah, it'll be crazy. Australia does it, but the pump back into the ocean, which is fine. Like, we understand that the city needs to grow. We understand business need to come in. But again, too, what concerns me more is that when it fails, because it cannot function when there is, say, red tide in the bay or brown tide in the bay. It cannot function. It's not supposed to pull in the water to create fresh water out of it when those conditioning or those conditions are present in the water. So what happens then? Are they going to sue the city because they're not getting their water promised? Which means me and you are going to get sued because they're not getting the water promised. And I guarantee you, they're not going to say, "Oh, well, it's okay. We'll just wait until the water is available," which can take 6 to 9 months before it is available. You think they're going to go that far without business? I don't think so. No way. They are here to make millions and millions of dollars per day off of our backs of us doing that. And that's the other thing you got to think too, man. These guys are making that kind of money every day, but they want all of us to pay for this deal to come in just so they can use it, and we get all we're doing is paying the taxes, and we're paying for it to be maintained. That was another thing. They said it had to be maintained by us. Come on, bro. Yep. They're already starting to go up. They're already starting to charge 25% more on our water bill already. Like, it's already coming, guys. But again, if y'all don't go and speak up at these events, we're going to get hosed. And then again, too, like I said, you can't complain because you stayed quiet. If you expect other people to take care of it for you, it will not get done. And you know what? That is a big, big deal right now. And I was at church on Sunday, and the pastor was talking about a doctor overseas took care of a village, or yeah, it was a village, and I think it was in Spain or France or something like that. But the deal was the doctor was finally retiring, and so obviously a lot of the village don't have a lot of money. So they said, you know what, we'll do something better than that. Everybody, they'll put up a barrel so people can go pour a little bit of wine in, every day, every week or so. And when it fills up, then we'll gift it to the doctor as a thank you from the whole town for the many, many decades of taking care of the community. So when it finally was full, oh, okay. When it was finally full, they gifted it to the doctor. And then a while later, the doctor went and said, "You know what? I want a glass of wine." So he went to go pour himself a glass of wine, and it was nothing but water. So he did it a few more times, thinking that maybe the water had settled at the bottom and the wine was on top or whatever, and it was all wine. And so he was, kind of confused. Maybe they gave him the wrong barrel or something like that. And it comes out that everybody in the town looked at it like this, that somebody else in town probably has more than they do, so they will put in water to dilute the wine to make it more kind of deal. But nobody in town put any wine. Everybody put water because they thought somebody else was going to put enough to take care of them. So the moral of the story is, guys, you got to take care of yourself. And if we all don't stand together to help each other out, we're not going to take care of each other. We're not going to take care of what we need to take care of, guys. So just a little food for thought there, guys. And that was at New Life Church on Sunday. I was there for the 11 o'clock service. I took my daughter with me. And, you know, and I was kind of thinking that it was going to turn to wine kind of deal. The water turned to wine as a thank you or what, some, you know, I was thinking that. And then when that one came, you know, that was the story, you know, I was like, wow. I was like, which is true. Which is true. There's many times when I've driven down a road over here and it's so bumpy and there's hundreds of people drive down there, and I'm thinking to myself, somebody's got to complain. Like, these officers drive this road, somebody's going to complain. Somebody. Almost 9 years later, it finally got done. I think to myself, maybe I should have said something a long time ago. Maybe if we had all started complaining a long time ago, things would have got done a long time ago. Don't let this happen to us, guys. Do not let this happen to us. We have an opportunity to stop and correct a lot of things here. Don't be another person just putting water in the barrel thinking that everybody else is going to take care of you, because it's obvious. We've already learned with the country that people thinking that way got us where we're at. I mean, we are all up shit creek without a paddle right now. So, but amen to that, Caleb. God is in control for sure. So, but again, too, he also tells you to put in the work. If you don't put in the work, he can't help you. You know what I mean? So, 22% in September 24. My property tax in South Dakota, where I own 30 times the acres I own in Iowa, went down. Go figure. Wow. That's crazy, Curtis. Okay. Yep. Well, guys, um, definitely, I've got a lot of stuff to work on, but I think my phone is acting up because it's already shut off twice. I don't know if it's getting too hot or what. But again, guys, go sign up. And even if you cannot speak, just go sign up. Send me a copy of the email that you got that you signed up for it. Because I want to be able to go in there, and I know that 50 people signed up to talk today, but it can't because they're at work, or if y'all make it in, please go and talk on there. And again, too, it's about our First Amendment violation that the city is trying to do. So it is very important, guys. If we don't band together, guys, we can't do it alone. There's no way. We need everybody's help. Pass the word, pass that link, share it with everybody you know, because we need to start banding together. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. We're going to lose a lot, and it'll be all on us. You want your kids to deal with this? You want your grandkids to deal with this? Pass some. We got to start fighting for it now. Y'all have a blessed night, guys, and I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Later, guys.